Today we're reviewing the Nike Asia 1s. First off, let's talk traction. The Asia 1s feature a multi-directional, micro-tuned traction pattern. In other words, the pattern on the Asia 1s is a generative, data-informed traction design. So in other words, maybe something to do with like an algorithm or AI, which is something that's also been done with another pair of basketball shoes in the EQLZ 361s. These babies also used some sort of algorithm and AI to make up its traction pattern, so maybe this is the way of the future. And that funky AI traction pattern is made up of a solid medium level hardness rubber. Perfect for indoor use, and I'd say pretty decent for outdoor use too. And in regards to performance, how about we start it off with a traction test? As you can see, it has a beautiful bite and honestly insanely grippy. Whilst playing in these shoes, I could easily say that the traction was absolutely phenomenal. Didn't really notice any slipping. It caught up a little bit of dust, but I wouldn't say anything more than a usual basketball shoe would. So overall, no complaints in the traction department. Absolutely phenomenal. 9 out of 10. In regards to the cushion setup, these babies feature a combo foam setup. Firstly, the midsole is primarily made up of their ST2 foam. This is a plush, soft, bouncy foam that provides a good amount of comfort and energy return. And then it features an outer layer of a more firmer foam that I don't believe they give a specific name. And that outer layer of firmer foam adds some structure and stability. That combo of the ST2 foam and the firmer foam on the outside really combines to give you a very balanced ride. It feels low to the ground, it feels cushy, it feels supportive. A really great cushion setup for only 110 bucks. Is it phenomenal for 110 bucks? I'd say no, but great. Yes, especially if you're not someone who's maybe taken a lot of impact, like a super high flyer or an overweight individual. If you're in decent shape or you're a guard, you don't have much weight on you, I think you'll absolutely love these and you won't have an issue with the cushion setup. I'll give that an 8.4 out of 10. As for support, the Asias, like most hoop shoes nowadays, feature a bunch of different support technology to give you a secure and supportive ride. So let's go through them one by one. First, these babies feature a midfoot band. This band acts like an internal strap to lock down your midfoot. This really helps with your foot not moving around in the shoe. Next, they feature an extended heel counter. This counter enhances heel lockdown and stability, helping for those quick cuts and stops. And additionally, they feature a structured upper. The upper is primarily made up of a breathable mesh material with reinforced overlays to add extra support without sacrificing comfort or breathability. And lastly, something I want to mention in regards to support is that cushion setup that we talked about earlier. Like I mentioned earlier, that cushion setup is rather low to the ground and has amazing court feel, so that does add in a more secure and supportive ride. So overall, with all that technology, you felt rather secure inside the shoe. Didn't have any issues with heel slippage, ankle rolling, instability. Overall, it felt good. So for support, 8.8 out of 10. But now let's talk about the materials. As we talked about earlier, the outsole is made up of a solid medium level hardness rubber, perfect for indoor use, pretty good for outdoor use. But we already talked about that, so let's focus more on the upper. Like I mentioned earlier, the upper is primarily made up of a breathable mesh material. That material is extremely lightweight, provides amazing ventilation, and feels amazing on foot. If you're an individual who suffers from sweaty foot syndrome, these might be perfect for you. And again, like I mentioned earlier, they do feature those reinforced overlays. These babies add some structure and durability, like I mentioned earlier, especially around the high stress areas like the toe and the midfoot. But then something about the shoe that I really enjoy and that feels amazing on foot is actually this padded interior area. They have some internal foam in here to make it a little extra comfortable and to make it a little extra snug. So I really appreciate that. And then they also feature a little bit of padding on the tongue. So overall, the materials, in my opinion, for a $110 shoe, pretty good. Easy 8.5 out of 10. And now before we conclude the reviews, I always like to mention the fit, the weight, and the sneaker comparisons. As for fit, I would say these fit 100% true to size. I typically wear an 11 and I wore an 11 in these. But one thing I will say, make sure if you're a dude, make sure you're looking at the men's sizing, and if you're a woman, make sure you're looking at the women's sizing. Because when I ordered these, I almost ordered the women's 11, which would have been a 9.5 in men's. So as long as you order the correct size, you should go 100% true to size. And then as for weight, I would definitely say this is on the lighter side of hoop shoes. That upper is insanely lightweight. The cushion setup is a foam light cushion that's honestly, I think, fairly light. And then the only thing that might be weighing it down is that durable rubber outsole. So not insanely light like Kobe light, but pretty light. And as for sneaker comparisons, I'd say they remind me a lot of the AR2s. Both of them are like a mid to low top, light guard hoop shoe with foam cushion technology. I would say these have a lighter upper, but overall they've performed fairly similar. And they're both around 110, 120 bucks and great performers. So now the moment you guys have all been waiting for, which is the overall rating. Between that grippy traction, the underrated ST2 foam cushion setup, that crazy support, and lightweight materials, the Asia ones are phenomenal hoop shoes for only 110 bucks. So overall, these babies get an 8.7 out of 10. If you want them, I will have an affiliate link in the description for the best place to get them and the best deal on them. If you buy them through there, it helps support the channel, and I'll try to get the best deal on them for you guys. And if you guys are interested in more Stash Trooper, please check out that video right there. That video is pretty good.